Hey mamas, welcome back to the Birthing Bestie blog where we talk about real topics pertaining to motherhood, birth, pregnancy, partnerships, and just real life. Here on the blog, we don't shy away from talking about the hardships of motherhood. Instead, we validate you, encourage you, and welcome you with open arms. Welcome back to our second partner perspectives with the partner, Mr. Matt Breyer.
Hello.
Today is a little different than last week because today we're talking to the doulas, and more specifically, we're talking to the doula partners. Okay, I have a couple questions for Matt, per usual. Okay, so question number one. What has surprised you the most about being a doula husband?
Good one. I would say time commitment would be up there.
How so? Can you explain?
Yes. I would say, well, it's changed. So you've been a doula for almost 7 years
Mhm,
now.
mhm.
And my perspective of that time commitment has evolved over those 7 years. At the beginning, when you were first starting out as a doula, there was a lot of time commitment of networking, a lot of time commitment of education, going to classes, learning really how to be a doula. Um, but now, and I guess when you were taking birthing clients, I would say I didn't realize you're not just going to a birth.
Yeah.
You're not just on the hook to be on call and drop everything when your client says, "Hey, I'm going into labor."
Mhm.
It's the support, it's the text, it's the calls, it's
Yeah.
the check-ins, it's the prep.
Mhm.
Uh, all of that stuff you're basically on call as soon as you sign with a client.
Yeah.
Uh, and in some cases, a lot of cases, even months postpartum.
Yeah. Is there anything that you would say to the partner specifically about the time commitment that is like maybe a way to support or something?
I would say it's just be open to the fact that they're going to have hours that aren't normal,
Mhm.
and that there will be some times that texts and calls will happen at night when you're relaxing and weekends, and just the support will be there. But I will say, seeing the testimonials of people that you've been there and helped, and overhearing some conversations of you having that support during the lead up to a birth, and the just reassurance you give some of these families
Yeah.
is, I think, that that makes it all worth it. And really, when you take a high level and put things in perspective, the work that's being done is just very important and very appreciated. And so sharing you with those with the moms that are going into labor becomes easier once you realize that it's, I don't know how, for the good,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess, and really beneficial. And the time is not, the energy is going to a really, really, really good cause.
Yeah.
I will say that. So I would say it's hard to swallow just the hours. And I mean, I'm probably preaching to the choir to a lot of you that are partners of doulas that have been doing it for a while, but it's fantastic that you do that because it's not easy for doulas, obviously. So, but that, I would say, that would be my, if that's advice or not. But
Yeah. Okay. So what maybe few pieces of advice would you have for doula partners?
first of all, and this is my particular situation, um, one of the things that I've tried to do is reassure you, specifically leading into births, because
Pep
I'll
talks.
yeah, I would pep talks, but sometimes you doubt your ability.
Mhm.
And I know the way that you handle yourself and what you've done, and the just all leading up to this, that you have no reason to doubt your ability. So just making sure that you know that you're really good going into a birth, and having the confidence that you should going in, you're going to do everything exactly right. That's one thing that I've specifically tried to do. Um, Something else.
Which I feel like that should not be just like glazed past because that's a really big deal of just like being encouraging. And I feel like in this work, compared to like maybe more formal jobs where it might be that your partner has a big presentation coming up or a big meeting or an interview, and it's those things are easily recognized as like pep talk moments or like a little bigger things going on at work. And I feel like our work is so different that, like, yeah, our overall job is to go support births, but it doesn't mean that we don't get nervous or doubt our abilities or that thing beforehand. And so that's like a big thing to not, I feel like, just glaze over.
Yeah. Another one is owning your own business and being a doula and working from home is not easy, and it's a full-time job.
Mhm.
And so there was I guess, a facade that I told myself that we have a kid, you're going to be working from home, you'll handle the childcare because you'll be here.
Which I
Well,
do.
you have a full-time job.
Yeah.
And so understanding that as well and treating it like that and having conversations like I go to an office, it doesn't mean that my job is any less or more hard than what you do. And you are it's just understanding that and knowing and taking that into consideration when we're just living our lives and communicating about what's going on.
Yeah.
There are two full-time schedules, even though one person leaves the house to go to work and the other person does not. So
Yeah.
that's one thing to understand and to appreciate and have patience for.
Yeah.
We've kept an open mind and we've adjusted our lifestyles and our careers
Yeah.
so that you can do this.
Hmm.
And just trusting and knowing that you're doing it and you're going to succeed is something that you have to believe in.
Yeah. So I feel like that could be good advice for doulas too. It's just like, consider it a job. It's a non-traditional job, and there are benefits to working at home and having a little flexibility with your schedule to help with things like childcare, but it's still a job
Mhm.
and can be respected as one.
I guess the last thing what I would say is it's a lot more fun if you take as a doula partner if you take interest and
Yeah.
like sometimes I feel like I know like it's a reality show like you're telling me these people and the families and the dynamics and then they go and they have a baby and they send you the picture.
Confidentiality where needed.
Right. Well, yeah. But it is kind of, I guess I would say, fun to be in it together in some of these things because I'm giving you up for, like you said, sometimes 2 days a day.
Mhm.
I want to know like how it goes. I'm
Yeah.
invested a lot of the times in you sharing things with me and leading up to the birth.
Mhm.
And so it's kind of in it together with some of these things and then coming home and decompressing.
Yeah.
It's a lot better when you actually take the time to be invested in and also learn about the families that you're for a kind of a long period of time a part of,
Yeah.
a huge part of these people's families. And I think it's crazy that I've never met really any of these people other than your a couple clients I've met,
Yeah.
but like these people look at you as like just an
Yeah.
extension
Big
of their
role.
family
Yeah. Hmm.
at a very important time of their life.
Yeah.
So I feel like I want to at least know them a little bit. I think it's
Least
really
favorite.
cool because the help you give people. Like I think that's an essential part of like going into labor. I would never not have another kid and not have a doula.
Well, Mama, that's a wrap on this partner perspective where we learned a little bit more about what Matt thinks it's like to be a doula partner. And I encourage you to have a similar conversation with your partner. See what things they really love and admire about the work you do as a doula. And we'd love to know.
I would love to know. I'm curious if I'm living the same life as some of you.
I have a feeling you probably are. So let us know. You can slide into my DMs at ebbirthing on Instagram, or you can email me at ebbirthing@gmail.com. And until next time.
See you later.